of the Dallas Cowboys in training camp from our friends at NFL Films and HBO. Yes, Hard Knocks Dallas Cowboys. Some of us are really looking forward to this, of course. Hard Knocks, the Dallas Cowboys, premieres next Tuesday, August 10th. Here is that sneak peek. You can see the entire show on HBO Max.
Cue that water sprinkler sound. Football is here. Let's get into it. Peyton and Ben. One is going to the Hall of Fame this weekend. The other will be there in a few years. Najee Harris played. He played a couple drives here. He would get this one here and pull it to one. And Micah Parsons, a fellow rookie, brings him down. It's cool to see these players, faces we were talking about in the draft. Now they're actually on NFL teams. Here we go. 3rd and 4. The blitz is coming. A deep pass. Chase Claypool brings it in. It's cool to see Claypool playing, a breakout rookie from last season. He was on the field as well. The catch.
Probably knocked the wind out of him or something.
He comes out.
Ball. Yeah.
Seems like he'd be fine. Steelers win the preseason game. In fact, I was told no team that has ever won the preseason Hall of Fame game has ever won a Super Bowl.
Is that right?
The Steelers fans.
No, they're out.
They're out. They're done.
It's over. Sorry.
Hey, on that note, what do you got?
Know that.
Having nuggets for breakfast.
I'm just saying.
Oh, thanks for dropping those gems. We saw Najee Harris. He's a very talented running back in the AFC North. That leads me to another guy who is one of the best running backs in all of football, Nick Chubb. He made headlines this week after signing a big 3-year, $36 million extension with the Browns. And there are some people who say, you know what, you shouldn't give a running back big money like that. But in today's Burrow lesson, I'm going to show you why Nick Chubb's ability as a runner combined with his impact in the passing game will make him worth every cent and more for Cleveland. Let's get to the footage, baby. All right, so I want to show you some highlights from Nicholas Jamal Chubb. All right, Nicholas, let's see what you can do when we put the ball in your hands. This is just traditional running back play. He's going to stretch to the left, and here's the thing. They're going to try to box him in. They want to put him in the cage like Nicholas, but the vision, the patience, and the ability to cut back, put your foot in the ground, and what do they say all the time? You gotta get north and south in this league.
Watch how this goes.
Watch how this goes.
I know this play.
And look at this. You're gonna see the patience. He disappears behind the O-line, and then the pure savagery. Pure savagery. That was written in the script, probably by Hamilton. Shout out to Hamilton who helps me put this together every single week, twice a week now during training camp. And he keeps on going. Nick Chubb isn't done. He's not one of those guys that wants to run out of bounds. What do you see, KB?
Look, the guy who got stiff arm made the tackle. I have to credit that skit. This with the long hair. He makes a tackle 40 yards downfield.
Yeah, shout out to Joe Ostman.
Great job, Joe. Never give up. Hang in there, kitty.
Look at Baker Mayfield with the shuffle. That's like an old man walking through the mall. Okay, pick up the knees. Got to get the blood flowing. All right, so let's keep this thing going, though. This is what he does almost better than any running back in the game. He can take just a decent run, something that's supposed to be a 5 to 10 yard gain, and he'll make it spectacular. I mean, that's the low center of gravity, the physicality, his ability to have that vision, take a hit, bounce off another guy, and really get into a longer run after that. And this is where it gets good. You see that right there? He sees the defender, which is the cornerback. He has an inside defender coming, and then Minkah Fitzpatrick, who is an all-pro safety, he's going to make a miss. Like, this is nastiness by a guy who can catch the ball at the backfield, run between tackles, but then getting on the outside and making the safety, one of your best tacklers, miss. That's why Nick Chubb is so hard to stop. I mean, he is shot straight out of a cannon right here. You can call it a Nick cannon in every game.
Nice.
He wows out. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Okay, well, let's keep this thing going. If you think that was good, how about this? The screen game. This is where I really like him. Because you know that Baker Mayfield is a good passer. Is he a great passer? Can we put him in the conversation with some of the greats we have in the game? Maybe not now. But an easy way to get him going is to get the ball into the playmaker's hands early and often. Screenplay, right? Once again, defenders surrounding him. He goes off the ground. We're talking 2 feet off the ground while taking a hit. Most people are going to topple over when they leave their feet just cuz. But he takes a hit while he's in the air and then keeps his feet moving. And that right there, just a simple screenplay. It should have been a first down. He takes it all the way to the crib. Any play where he touches the ball is electric, just like Nikola Tesla. All right?
I got you.
On fire. All right, let's keep this thing going. Now, when he doesn't have the ball, does he have an impact on the game? Yes, he does. Now watch this. Simple play action. I want you to count the defenders that are looking at the run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 individuals, which leaves 2 DBs on 2 wide receivers. We talked about this the other day, Kyle, and you brought it up. Baker Mayfield, towards the end of the season, really started to take care of the ball and make great decisions when he had guys wide open, like this situation right here. He looks for DPJ, Donovan Peoples-Jones, perfectly placed in between 2 defenders, but that's all because all of the individuals on defense, eyes were in the backfield, thinking that Nick Chubb was going to get the rock.
Okay.
All right, let's keep this thing going. Once again, pay attention to the defense and what they're paying attention to. Just a simple play action fake. All Nick Chubb has to do is act as if he's getting the rock. And look how many guys have their eyes in the backfield. Now watch how Baker Mayfield escapes the pocket to his left, and he has room to run with it because every linebacker has committed fully to the run. Not only that, he has an opportunity to run to the left, opposite way, turn his shoulders, set up, and Cordell Hodge, he can run that long, deep, double move route and still get open because there's no panic. How often have we seen these deep routes, deep bootlegs, these plays get shut down because of pressure placed on the quarterback? That pressure isn't necessarily there when you have a running back like Nick Chubb. I mean, he's going to heat up every offense. I mean, it's around 98 degrees like Nick Lachey. You feel me, Schrager?
He's a great player.
Right out of college, my dude is a true blue chip player. Like who? Nick Nolte.
Wow.
Wow.
Coach Pete Bell, I want to say. Western.
How are we supposed to do the rest of the
How do
show?
we go on? How do we go on?
Money, bag of money.
He didn't even want it.
You got him a tractor?
He didn't even want it. He didn't even ask for it.
Best program money can buy. Wow.
And you know what? The Browns are the best program money can buy.
That's a good running back.
Because they paid a running back, and oftentimes they say you don't pay a guy. But think about it. He's very young. Dude's around 25 years old, 3-year contract, which means he's going to be motivated to run hard so he can re-up. And all of the individuals they brought in on the roster, whether they're homegrown through the draft, free agency, or trades, they're all making plays for him.
And he got paid, and that's great, and he gets it done. And a lot of people are like, that's a weird deal. He deserves more. Like, in today's day with the running back market, get what you can get.
Oh, yeah.
And he's getting $12 million a year.
And that's not a handcuffing deal either for an
It's
organization.
not, and it's
He'll be
also
29.
good money.
Yeah.
Like, it's good money. And they're happy to have him. He's a great player. He doesn't talk a lot, keeps to himself. He basically never speaks.
I know.
And we kind of like that. And Tony failed TV. That was Blue Chips. Tony failed the course TV, and yet the tutor helped get him through college.
You got him in that top tier. They didn't have to pay top tier for him, which is great for the
Not at all.
organization. Andrew Barry said, you like this guy?
What I love about him is that he has no sauce. And what I mean by that, like, he's got no wristbands. His face mask looks like it's from 1995. He runs around with, like, perfect ball security.
like
Doesn't
that.
do anything
It's like
flashy.
the stock image of the creative player.
It just looks like the basic player with nothing added to it. Nick Chubb fumbled in week 1 last year against the Ravens. He did not fumble for the rest of the season. He does everything perfectly efficient. Let's remember, he was the other guy at Georgia after Todd Gurley.
Okay.
In the draft. That was the Saquon draft. People wanted Saquon. Rashad Penny was drafted ahead of him. Sony Michel was drafted ahead of him. He's always this other quiet guy. And my favorite thing that Browns social media has ever done is they did check out 3 minutes of Nick Chubb mic'd up on game day. And all it is sounds of him running with the ball like
Grunting.
never says one
I like
word.
it.
3 minutes.
It is hilarious. Nick Chubb, top 5 running back in the NFL.
Yeah, Didi talks about it a lot. I'll say this. You're hearing a lot of what you're seeing on Twitter. I saw a lot of, well, why do they necessarily need him? Specifically, they have Kareem Hunt. I saw a lot of that, and I love that you just showed all the things he does. When he was out on the field last year, this team was 9-3. When he was hurt, they were 2-2. One of those losses came at the hands of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who held this offense to just 7 points. I feel like we can use that. It's just stay with me, like a control, because they faced the Steelers twice more that season, and they put up 36